What's going on, Spartans? Welcome to Friday in the market. Just getting up and running uh, this morning. Running a little behind, but no worries. Hope everybody had a great night last night. Great day yesterday. We did. Market came through for us once again, so can't complain there. It's like we tried to push up some in pre-market. It looks like. Once again, I don't look at any of that before I jump on stream with you guys. So just taking a quick look around, seeing what's going on this morning. Right. Oh, you pushed pretty hard. All right. Let me jump in to the private group. Get those guys up and running with the morning post. Um, then I'll come back. We'll get everything situated as we normally do with IWM SPY. We'll check a few things. I don't think we hit any all-time highs. Ooh, Apple was close yesterday. New all-time highs on anything, but we'll check. We'll look over some more things. In the meantime, if you have any questions, comments, or anything you want me to look at, please put it there in chat so I can do that as soon as I get back. I certainly do not mind at all. What I'm here for, here to help any way I can, and that definitely helps me, us, and the community. So gosh. All right. Be right back. In the meantime, enjoy. We are Sparta. Yes, sir. How are you doing this morning, Ops? Sorry, just now seeing that. Finishing up that private group post, which is posted. So, what kind of day are we going to have today, Ops? I got your message. That sounds good. All right. Man, that sounds so good. So good. Downloaded the desktop app on what? Weeble? Oh man. All right, let's do some charting, guys. Yep, it looks different than on web. Yeah, 100%. And it's customizable. You can do a lot more with it. Like I said, this is Weeble desktop, of course. Cool thing, you can come in here and drag, drop, reposition all this stuff however you want. I mean, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you got any questions about it, let me know. Okay. 66.10. That's going to be our pre-market high, and then pre-market low is going to be in that area. Session 654.41. There it goes. 654.41 is going to be session low from yesterday, and session high is going to be. So we're already over session high from yesterday. Session low from Wednesday is going to be our orange carryover, and then pre-market there, which it just made new pre-market high at 661.10. So we'll see how that holds up. Should hold up through bell, I would imagine. I don't see us reclaiming that in 7 minutes, but good. All right. So this is going to be our session low from yesterday. I mean, opening range low. opening range low Thursday. We'll mark it. And that's going to be our carryover, so that's our orange. Let me zoom out, and then all the colored stuff can go. Minus the green, of course. The green is our support resistance. They are historical. They never change. They never go away. We never adjust, change. We set them and forget them. I think Intel will have a pullback. Let me get through this and I'll look at it. I was looking at that as well. I was kind of shocked that it moved so much in pre-market after hours that it did. So I agree. We could definitely see a pullback on Intel from yesterday's push, or actually push from the last couple days. All right, there's our pre-market. Pre-market high. Pre-market low is going to be right on that support, but I don't like doubling up on greens, so we'll just come in here, grab bottom of that body. Then that zone there kind of dictates both instead of doing our chopped line that we typically run. If it's an intraday support resistance level that we're like opening range session, something like that, I don't mind. But the greens are so important. I don't like to double up on those if I don't have to. Let's just grab that for our session high, and then I'm going to zoom in 237.55 for our session low. It just didn't want to give it to me. 37. Whew, sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to turn off the mic for that one, but didn't have time. All right, session high, session low, pre-market high, pre-market low, carryover, opening range low on Thursday. Fantastic. Google's breaking that. 247.40. And let's look at that Intel. I don't know, X. I mean, it's definitely got room to the downside. It's on these bigger time frames, I really take more this red and gold line or area zone, whatever you want to call it, into consideration. So, um, usually, if we're looking at something on like a 2 minute or 5 minute, we really watch that peach area, the peach that you're accustomed to. When we really zoom out and look at the bigger picture, I then fall back on this red and yellow just because the peach is here. But if you look at the red and yellow, we definitely have some room for consolidation. 30.68, and it's trading at 35 ish. So we do have some room for pullback. But then when you zoom in, those red and yellow are much closer now. It definitely has some room for consolidation, but overall it's in an uptrend, if that makes sense. So I agree that we could have a pullback, but we just got to wait on that confirmation. We got to wait for the chart to tell us, hey, I'm starting to pull back. Yes, we're getting this little bit of a red candle. We pull in, or zoom into the 1 minute, and now we're starting to see that downturn. Um, but we have some support here on the 1 minute chart. Here, here, here. Um, that we've got to get into. So we could just it's definitely something to watch, not something at bell I would grab. Speaking of bell, we got less than a minute, guys, till opening bell. Please make sure you check your account to know what you can and cannot get into. Could be a wild fun day. There we go, guys. We are live. Market is open. Yeah, see Intel trying to buy that small little dip there. Spy straight through that session that we were watching from yesterday. That is extremely weird right there. You never see a pattern like that. And Intel dropping back in. Definitely could be something to watch, like I was saying. IWM big push. Spy trying to push as well. Interesting. This IWM is pushing so hard. Um, Tesla pushing. Looks like a lot of stuff is starting to push. Big pushes um, typically are good. Yeah, everybody gets excited about them. I do not. Um, I don't like I've said many of times. I don't like big movements. I like slow, steady movement. When you get a big movement in one direction or another, uh, yeah, be careful on that lotto. Still early. I mean, you're 4 minutes in. You've got no history on the movement today, so that's definitely a lotto. Um, but you've got no. Um, Sorry, what was I saying? Big movements. When you have big movements, you usually have a retrace. To me, I like when things are solid, um, and have that good direction. I want to see it bounce off support again. Oh, you mean support off of this 239.99? Yeah, I agree. Looks like it is. But this is our session high or low. Which one was that? That was session high from yesterday. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Anytime you get into something early on like that, super risky. I mean, you've got your indicators coming up, which is good. So hopefully you get that little bit of consolidation and then push back up. Looks like we had a little bit of a bounce here off of support there or resistance there on Tesla. So we're 10 minutes in. Um, Still seeing that little bit of a squeeze here, X. We could possibly push out of this. But actually, there goes a little bit. That could just be wicking up. SPY tried to form an uptrend so far. All right, now you're starting to get that bounce X. Hopefully, Theta didn't eat you alive on that one. Dad joke. Asked the surgeon if I could administer my own anesthetic. They said, "Go ahead, knock yourself out." That was a good one. That was funny. Here you go, X. Coming into 240.54. That was your pre-market high. Watch for resistance there. I think you're going to be good. SPY's pushing pretty well over its. Apple's pushing. So you might get a little bit of momentum to the upside here. Amazon pushing as well, so you might be saved on that one. Got in after that bigger bout. Got in or got out? Was it a green trade if you got out? Oh, you're still in. Gotcha. So we're 15 minutes in. Seeing two different directions here on the market, but mainly starting to see a pullback here, here, here. Google chips are down, Tesla's down. Looking at this hood, it's down. Intel's dropping back. Apple's one of the few that is actually pushing. Now let's see if we can get a reversal bounce. Looks like you're getting one there. X on your IWM by Apple. Maybe AMD put target around 158.98. We got to get through this 160.30. We had opening 15-minute liquidity candle coming through, it looks like, and now we're starting to get a reversal. I'm actually wondering where this is going to go. Watch that IWM. We have another resistance here at 241. Looks like we held the retest back on that 240.54. Okay, just make sure you sell green. This little bit of bobble here and here is going to be a theta killer on a 0 DTE trade. Nice. Make make sure you're scaling at PT, or if you have PT. I mean, You also got to watch these indicators too, X. Um, they are still in a good uptrend. This I've got this set on the 1 minute, so we could push and squeeze into that 241. All right, there's your starting to push through that 241. Now we want to see if we're going to hold the retest. And it looks like we are. So nice trade. Now make sure you're just scaling on that. You already PT'd? Gotcha. No worries. I was just walking you through it. Oh, gosh. Green is green. Yes, sir. 100%. 100%. Any green is better than any red any day of the week. out of everything, I still like this IWM to the upside. Yeah, it's trying. It's it's definitely trying. Looks like we're getting a little stall here in the market. Be careful if you're in something, guys. Quick retrace down to pre-market high on SPY and IWM. Google breaking through 247.40 support. Definitely watch out, guys. It looks like the market may find more to the downside here on this drop. Yeah, there we go. Breaking to the downside. All right, let's just over 30 minutes in. Now we're going to set our opening range. See if this gives us a better idea of what the market's wanting to do. Opening range high. And then we'll set our opening range low. And then we're going to come in, do the same thing with SPY. Get that pulled up here on the main chart. SPY back under 660. Opening range high there. Opening range low is right there. Come on. And we bounced again off that session low from Wednesday. looks like we might see a push back up a little bit. This market's tough this morning, guys. No, it looked like it was just some profit takers or some a buyer stepping in on that dip. Looks like Apple's wanting more to the downside. Um, Looks like the entire market's wanting some more to the downside. Am I? uh, Ops, yeah, that was funny. Said, "Am I eating hot dogs tonight?" And Magic 8 Ball says, "It is so." No, we got plenty more time. We're still early in the day. That reversal kind of hit us. I mean, we had a great uptrend, and we were right at PT, and the market decided it didn't want us to continue. But we've seen some bigger and better movements later on. Um, So today might just be one of those days, you know? Yeah, lots of time, lots of time. A few things, I'm looking at, so we'll see. Always looking and keeping an eye out. Hopefully, we don't. Well, I know this is going to sound bad, but hopefully we don't bounce here and then set up to be range bound on some stuff. Like I say, I don't care if we go up or down. We just need to go. Yeah, yeah. It, it looks like we're still kind of in that same range. Just to take over 3 point spread there on Google for the day. CRW 4-Wave Incorporated. Never heard of these guys. The I would stay away from it. X spread is just huge. So 122p spread is 153 ask, 115 bid. That's a huge bubble. Yeah. I I seen that as well. I was like, "Ooh, this chart looks good." Then I went and looked at the spread, and I was like, "Oh, never mind." Yeah, sucks. That would be horrible. SPY getting ready to lose its opening range. Key level here on SPY, if we lose that, we've got room for pullback to pre-market 657.80. $658.42. We're past that. If it holds. I wasn't expecting that big of a red candle. $658p though, still a little on the pricey side. We did PT there though. That was a fast trade. Yeah, we could see more to the downside. Hey, what's up, Leaf? How are you doing, sir? Hopefully doing good, doing good. That 657 popped up pretty quickly too on premiums. I'm decent. Need coffee. Yeah, me too, dude. I was drinking a new one today, and it was good. Sometimes you gotta switch it up. Oh, sweet, very cool, man. If you're still on in a couple hours, I'll come hang out with you. I definitely will. Let me let me jump over there and lurk for a bit. But I appreciate the support, brother. You know that. Dude, I don't know what you're doing, but it looks awesome. Leaf is the man. Well, I guess he and I play Planet Coaster 2. Um, big, big roller coaster theme park fans, and man, some of the stuff he does, what he's working on right now, freaking phenomenal. It blows my mind. He's one of the main reasons I got into that game. I got it, was like, this is kind of cool. Then I seen what he plays and the stuff he builds, and it's just phenomenal. Some crazy stuff. Yeah, Ops. I mean, if you're into that stuff, make sure you give him a follow. He streams for a long time, and honestly, when I'm off stream and he's on, I'll just put it up on my main screen and I'll work and just watch him build. It's quite relaxing. Spy had some room for consolidation back to this peach line, but that peach line is starting to break through their opening range low. So Looking at AMD calls. Watch for a clean break over this 158.90. Definitely need to break over, get confirmation because we could retest it. Our indicators are coming down, so that would be a really tough one. I I wouldn't get into it right now, X, but that's completely up to you. when we're starting to see this chop in things, um, really important to focus on that PT, guys. I can't stress that enough. Um, and my PT and your PT does not have to be the same, especially if you're in the private group and you see us running that 20%. Just because I run 20% does not mean you have to. If you run 5% or 8%, whatever your percentage is, you need to make sure you stick with it and focus on that. PT pays for the TP. Exactly. And everybody needs TP. Everybody needs it. And, in these times, I can't stress that enough. We PT'd right here on this Tesla, and that's key. Those small gains add up. Yeah, I've taken some hits this morning, but it's no big deal if we continue to focus on that PT and continue to focus on adding money to the account. That's what pays the bill. Walmart trying to gap up there. So I was watching this here on Spy, see if we were going to start making lower highs. Looks like we're starting to reject off that level, which is good. That will give us a base area to the upside. Um, After 157.90, I think AMD has some potential opening range low. Is that, did you chart the opening range low like we normally do? I've got, actually, opening range low is going to be up here, man. Opening range low is going to be 159.94 on AMD. Thursday's low. Okay. Uh, Thursday's opening range low is 154.78. But we do have that support at 157.93 that I'm showing support, and it looks like it's trying to condense down into it. Or squeeze, whatever you want to call it. This peach is going to keep pushing, hopefully keep pushing down and cause that AMD to squeeze one way or the other. It too keeps making higher lows, which is good. So I mean, we could pull a trend off of it. Somewhere in there. Something along those lines. But that shows you the squeeze that is trying. Speaking of which, this could be a new uh, lower high for SPY as well on this push. But that's the trend line there on AMD that you would want to be watching. It did, yep. And that was that support that we had, um, support resistance that we have charted at 157.93. And you're right, it came and touched that exactly. That's why having those support and resistance lines are key. I mean, if I could teach anybody or any new trader anything about trading, it would be how to draw support and resistance lines. SPY held. Nice. All right, so AMD is getting ready to retest that again, 157.93. So that squeeze is getting squeezed. So both AMD and SPY got a key right here on these trends that we've set up. SPY looks like it's trying to push through. AMD might be as well. I don't mind if they wick up through it. I just don't want those big bodies through it. Amazon, let me take a look. Amazon's probably same chart setup as everything else today, but so first thing I always do is kind of scale out, look at the big picture. What is the big picture telling me? We had that same up, down, and now we're just kind of trending sideways. This is the 5 minute. We're right, so and we're trending sideways. The last few candles are an up candle, so it's wanting to do this, but we've got this VWAP right here that we've got to contend with. So I would want to break VWAP and get confirmation to the upside. On the 1 minute, it's showing me the same thing. We tested VWAP, dropped back, tested, trying to test VWAP, and This candle's already red, so we might be dropping back. I'm not sure. So I wouldn't touch it right now. Definitely watch it and watch that VWAP. That VWAP's going to be clutch. All right, so AMD looks like it's going to squeeze to the downside, and SPY looks like it's trying to find more to the upside. Walmart to the downside. So same thing here with Walmart. What are we seeing? This is the 2 minute. Let me just jump to the 5 minute real quick. This is the 5 minute. So kind of the same scenario. What is the big picture? Obviously, we're seeing these two big red candles. That's just blaring right out. Especially since that is really going to start eating faster. Yeah, exactly, Chris. That theta, you've got to think the later we get in the week, and especially on a zero DTE, that theta is going to kick in. Um, so if it's going to make moves, it needs to be making moves. This sideways action, like we're seeing on Amazon, if we keep toying with this VWAP, all it's doing is eating your premium. So we had this big push up on Walmart, followed by a big drop right into 103.13. So what are we doing now? So this candle is telling me that we are finding some support actually at 103.13. Are we going to break it? Are we not? So if I was wanting to play Walmart on this 5 minute, I would want to break to the downside and find confirmation. Or if you want to play it to the upside, have confirmation that we're going to push up. Right now, we're kind of in that limbo area. Um, if we break to the downside, then immediately we have VWAP and these other two indicators. To the upside, we've got this peach line. So I would feel better if it went to the upside, but we don't know. Um, Still waiting on that confirmation. And I'm going to change that back to the 2 minute just to keep everything in line. All right, so there goes that break on AMD to the downside. So this is kind of where I would start looking at AMD to the downside. Um, that is not AMD. It's back to info. and you can see that overall trend that and now we're under that 157.93. So this is where I'd start looking at puts. Um, and we just PT'd on that one. Um, as you can guess, it was this AMD trade. We followed it, we charted it, good setup. Couldn't let that one get away. bounced back up. But you can see what, being a 0 DTE, that the theta on just even this little bounce back up to our trend line has done here. I mean, that's a $20 swing from here to here just off of that little push. That's why you can't get greedy with these. You've got to wait for that setup, find that perfect time, like this break, and then trade from here to here. If you get greedy with it, miss your entry or anything like that, don't trade. Now we're gapping down. Look at that, jeez. SPY trying to push as well. So we broke our trend here, came back down, retested it, and now pushing back off that retest. Even though this is a trend line and it can go any direction, versus our horizontal support resistance and our other intraday lines, even though it is a line, we can always retest that line just like that. This is the retest. It looks a little funky because of the angle it's at, but all lines can be retested. If you guys are new here, please make sure you follow the channel. It goes a long way to really help us out. We've been on Twitch for a while, and still trying to grow our presence here, so that would greatly help us out. We're definitely not new to streaming, new to trading. We're new to streaming. We've only been streaming probably 2 months, 3 months now. So every follow really goes a long way to help us out, help out the group, and things like that. A little bit about us: we're Spartan Day Trading Group. We're here to help you guys grow. We're able to take a new trader to stocks or options and teach them everything they need to know to become a profitable options trader. Unlike a lot of people here on Twitch and everything, we are a LLC. We're an actual trading company that is here to teach and inform you guys. We are um, a resource, I guess you could say. So yeah, check it out. Check out our website, and just make sure you give us a follow. So give me one sec, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. Quick little phone call. So it looks like AMD broke that downtrend that we were watching as again. So you can see what it did here. We had a small pop, but it's going to come back in and retest this resistance at 153.90, 157.93. I definitely would have got out of this one if I was you. I did. No need to try to get greedy on any of this stuff today, but sorry about that. People won't leave me alone. But anyway, so we're pushing back up. Looks like we're gonna stay within this range. I can go ahead and get rid of this downtrend since we've completely broke it there on SPY. And AMD, we're back at that resistance level. So we probably get rid of this one as well, but we'll just give it a little bit more time to see. So now I'm just going to scroll through some stuff, see if we can find anything worthwhile. Um, Probably not, but we'll see. At any time, if you guys have any questions, you can always post up in chat. Um, I will do what I can to help you guys out. Like I was saying earlier before that last phone call, you know, we're here to help you guys and do anything we can for you. So, but definitely make sure you give us a follow. like I was talking about yesterday, I don't know if you guys were around for that, but we were getting some people to actually subscribe to our Twitch channel. I think it's like $5.99 a month or something along those lines. Um, and for those guys, what we're going to start doing is offering some special things, maybe a Zoom class one night a month, and so on and so forth. But still in the works on some of that stuff. So definitely beneficial to subscribe if you want. We actually had one person subscribe for 6 months the other day, so that was really cool. When I do look at this stuff, um, one thing that I look for, um, because we offer the private group, is I try to keep things within a certain price range for our members. Yeah, I mean there's a ton of plays out there, but one thing we really try to focus on, and what separates us from some people or some of the other groups, is we try to keep things in line price wise. I mean, yeah, let's say, shoot, we've been talking about in AMD and Nvidia today. A lot of times, these guys, the contracts that are worth playing are two, three, $400. We understand if you're just starting out in options, you don't want to buy a $400 contract on Nvidia. That's kind of crazy expensive. So with us, we try to keep our stuff in and around $150 max, but most of our stuff is below 100. No clue what just happened there, guys. No idea. Did I lose you? That was crazy. I did lose some of my charting. Yeah, I had no clue what happened there. I lost my charts and everything. That one don't want to come back. That was weird. Always have tried to keep things at beginning account levels. Exactly. So that's what I was saying. With us, we try to keep everything under $100 if we can. Man, I've been having problems this week. I don't know. That was weird. Just everything just kind of shut down, like it lost power or something. I have no idea. Who knows? It's Friday. We're getting close to lunch, so uh, but that's one thing I try to focus on when I'm looking and scrolling through all this stuff. So that's where I was going with that. You know what? We need a dad joke. Jeez. What kind of award did the dentist receive? A little plaque. Won't won't. That one's kind of dumb. Man, even dad jokes aren't hitting today. Today got me for real. Yeah, today's been a tough one. It has. I would have to look. I don't know if I'm even gonna make it green or not. But you know what? Why is this chart not working? Um, it happens. It really does. I mean, you have down days. That is so weird. No matter what, why did why did Dad cross the playground? I no idea. Why did Dad cross the playground? I don't know. What's up, Chris? Why did Dad cross the playground? Duh. To get to the other side, because his little gremlin was over there on the swing, causing havoc. Probably. You guys have any kids? Let's talk about playgrounds. I don't know. SMYC announced dividend. SMCY. But that's a $14 stock. If you got $10 in dividends, then you must have a boatload of those. Super low trading volume though. You got $9.50 dividend from just 10 shares. That is a pretty high dividend. Any swings? Nothing new. You know, we had that KMX from yesterday. It's dropping back some. Kind of sound, but that PT'd as well. I don't think I'm going to swing anything over the weekend. A lot of the charts are just not the greatest. Things are indecisive. We don't have a clear direction. So I don't think I'm going to swing anything over the weekend. Mind looking at SVL and gold. SLV. No, I don't mind at all. SLV. I know we looked at silver yesterday. good uptrend. Dang, I actually had gold right there. And I pulled up silver on my computer here. I was looking at it. So here, let's just look at gold. Gold's not bad. Um, Gold typically follows SPY a lot. I don't know if silver does. I don't watch it as much. But it's been on a good uptrend for like the last month or so. How are premiums on it? Give me a second. I'll take a look at that. Like I said, I pulled it up on my computer, but not on the screen for you guys. Um, See, it spreads on 0 DTE for gold suck. Further out you go, spreads tighten up. I was looking at October 10th, which is 2 weeks. I think I like silver better than gold right now. 42.85. I don't have any support resistance on there. Yeah, I mean 42.85 was going to be a long time ago. I'm showing right now we're trading at 41.74. This 41.75 that we just hit is 52-week on. That's the only thing that would scare me. And you know what? How I feel about trading into all-time highs. But I mean, the overall chart looks good. There's your hour chart from the 18th. August 22nd of 2011. Why? What happened that day? I don't know if I can go back though. Eight 22nd. And I'm not seeing anything on 8/22/11. I mean, we popped at 42.78. But even though that we're this far out, there's 48.35. $42.78. Let me see. It could be. I mean, the last time we traded this high on silver was 2011. So your new highs a long time ago. I mean, this is still on the daily just so I could zoom that far back, but you had 42.29 that high, or the high of the day, 42.78 that day. Here you had 418 through 428. You had a 10-day run over the level we're at now. And that was the only time since '06 that we've been that high. I mean, it's still pushing. I might take a January 16, 26. Okay, I do like that. January 16. So that's 112 days. You're looking at the 42. So that's 275. Yeah, I mean, expensive for the group being 275 bucks, but I like that trade. I mean, if you got the extra capital to throw at it, by all means. I don't think it's a bad idea. Don't think it's a bad idea. Hey, I mean, that's a tough one. So ideally, the smart plan would be to wait for a pullback. Um, yeah, I agree, Chris. Um, Ideally, you would want to wait for a pullback, but you're 112 days out right now, so I don't think it totally matters just because you're so far out. If you do take that trade, though, X, let me know. Yeah, no. With it being 2011, I mean that's quite a ways back. I wouldn't take too much consideration in that. I mean, support and resistance is historical, so it's always going to be in play. So it's something to keep in mind. But something from, a support and resistance line from 2 months ago versus 15 years ago is completely different weight, I guess you could say. But as a commodity, I agree. I mean, gold, silver, that sort of stuff is never going away. It's always going to be um, tangible, and it's always going to be a limited resource. So, I mean, commons on silver, commons on gold, yeah, all day long. I don't think is a bad play. But as far as a option, the only thing is now you've got to factor in the Greeks and the expiration date stuff like that. So it takes on a whole different meaning then. Yeah, I agree. Either inflation does factor into that. Um, so that's what I'm saying is as far as a common goes on silver, gold, yeah. But with when we start talking about options, it does take on a whole different meaning because of the Greeks and stuff and the expiration and you keep playing your cards right, man. Small gains add up to big profits, and if you understand compounding numbers, you're on your way. I think you're a younger guy, so I feel like you are. So you definitely got that on your side. I think keep your emotions in check, keep honing those skills. You'll definitely get there. I'm getting slightly better, but I think I still need to work on risk management and maybe a bit of stop loss. I got burned today, though. Back down to FOMC account numbers. Well, FOMC was what last week, so nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's trading. You're going to have your up days and your down days, but as long as you have more up days overall, it's perfectly fine. So you got to look at the big picture. You can't focus in and look at the now. You've got to look at the big. there's 252 trading days. So if you take a few hits here and there, that's perfectly fine. Keep your emotions in check and just keep things going. And you got to realize that we will and you will have down days. You know, it comes with the territory. Um, I mean, I've been trading well over 10 years. I need to figure that out. Probably 12 years now, but it you're going to have them. Exactly. Small gains, man. If you're down 10% this week, do you have a daily goal in mind, weekly goal? I know we have a per trade goal, and that's something we talk about, but and this might even be a better conversation to have in a private group, but you need to make sure you have a daily goal and focus on that. And after you're over your daily goal, be done for it. Don't try to push it. Don't try to overextend yourself, so on and so forth. Gotcha. What is that on the daily? This is just Robin Hood. However, my Weeble profit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have Rob 6% daily. I was up this week. Daily is a little high. My daily is not up there, but but yeah, I have Robinhood, Webull, TOS. I don't think I have anything in TOS, and I have one other one. Honestly, don't know what I have. I just hold some stocks in it. Schwab maybe. No, I do have Robinhood, Chris. Um, I look at it daily. I don't ever trade in it though. I don't know why I look at it. I'm down 0.74% today on my Robinhood. Yeah, I've got some crypto in mind too. I got some XRP, and then I have some Tesla, Amazon, and Nvidia. So not a whole lot. But year to date, I'm up. okay in it, but like I said, I don't trade. I'm up 20% year to date, but I couldn't tell you the last time I took a trade on my Robinhood. I think I bought some XRP 63 cents or 60.63%. Is that on the day or year, Chris? I've thought about putting some more money in Robinhood, just some cash, because I find trading on Robinhood on my phone is super easy, but you don't get the stop loss and take profit and the good charting and all that. So, which I think X, you were saying there's a way to get better charting. I just don't know anything about it. Yeah, I've got it pulled up on desktop. I don't even know if I can log into Robinhood on my phone right now. It's been so long. Oh dang, we're after over 12 o'clock, guys. Oh, so I've got both of y'all beat. Ha ha. So Chris is 10% year to date. You're 15% year to date. I just clicked off of it. Hold on, let me pull it back up. My year to date is 19.39%. But like I said, that's pretty much 100% buying and holding. I really don't think I have bought and sold much of anything on there except for when I bought XRP at the beginning of the year, maybe end of last year was the last thing I bought. My all time is 45%. That's not bad at all. God, we are just sideways today, guys. And my computer's just acting up. From whatever happened earlier, I have no idea. Oh, sweet, man. This is one thing I've always wanted to do is ride a train. But yeah, have a great weekend, man. I appreciate hanging out with me yet again, and I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Steak next week. Got to recover at least 6. We can do it, man. No problem. Same rules every trade, every time, no exceptions. We will get it back. We'll get you back on track. All right, guys. I'm probably going to shut down too. Just a lot of things going sideways. I've got some stuff on the back end that I need to do, get caught up on, and honestly, just other stuff to do besides sitting here watching stuff go sideways. Okay, day to day, not the greatest. I don't even know if I'm going to end up in the green today, but like I said, it happens. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you don't mind, make sure you follow along. Um, and if you're in the private group, and if there's anything I can do to help you out, let me know. Shoot me a message. Don't forget about the one-on-ones and stuff in the private group. That way we can get those set up if and when you want one. But I appreciate it, guys. Have a great weekend. And I will see everybody back here Monday, 9 o'clock. We get started, and then we start doing our intraday support resistance lines and get our chart set up. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys, and I will see everybody next week. Later, guys.